Hey guys, Heavy Logan here, back with another video. I skipped the game over thing where it says game over because it's I don't want to get this monetized, so let's continue. So I only have like 18 battery left, so let's see how much better we can get, and I'll make part 4 because we're almost close, so let's continue.
And the ghost animation. An unsettling piece of animation that was supposed to appear numerous times during the player's visit at the tower, adding to the suspense of the already depressing tone of Lavender Town. Along with these, rumor also has it that if you were to add certain frequencies in the original Lavender Town song, the unknown were to spell out, "Leave now," despite that they were yet to be introduced until Generation 2, followed by an incredibly sickening sound. Turn your speakers down right now.
So guys, I'm gonna skip it, just give me a sec. Back.
Seem to indicate that the original beta versions of Pokemon Red and Green had something far bigger and more disturbing planned than what we actually got. And maybe that's for the better.
So I'm gonna skip it again, sorry. Remember, because otherwise you guys get cursed because I care about you. So you can watch a full video. It's called Top 30 Scariest Creepypasta Halloween Special. So I'll be right back. So guys, I'm back, so let's continue.
Username 666.
Okay guys, sorry, but I have to skip this one too, because I don't want you to get scared by this one. Okay guys, so I'll be back. Sorry guys, but I have to because I want to get this monetized because I care about you guys. Don't want you to get really scared. So you can look up the video. It's called Top 30 Scariest Creepypasta Halloween Special. You guys can watch if you want. So let's continue.
Slenderman. Slenderman. What creepypasta list would not be complete without him? Slenderman is a mythological being who is shrouded in mystery, described as looking like a tall, thin, and faceless man with a black suit as dark as the night and a tie as red as blood. He has apparently been sighted numerous times throughout history, possibly hinting at him being able to travel in time. He is usually seen around children right before they disappear, and apparently has long, inhuman tentacles stretching from his back. Remember the tall man Tiki Toby met? That's Slenderman. Not much is known about this strange creature, but one thing is for sure. If you see him, you're not living for long.
Okay.
Misfortune.gb. Misfortune.gb was a supposedly secret game that came embedded in certain cartridges of popular Game Boy games, such as Pokemon Red, among others. Those who played the game widely consider it to be one of the scariest video games of all time. The game would have you control a young boy through a mysterious building, who would occasionally be visited by an evil creature, theorized to be the devil himself. The game would contain numerous puzzles, such as the most known one, the cabin puzzle. The player would be presented with 4 different cabins to go in, and a text box would appear stating, "Choose wrong, and misfortune will befall your loved ones. Are you ready to play?" If one were to choose the wrong path, a game over screen would appear, along with a more detailed version of the being stating, "I am God here." The players who supposedly witnessed the game over screen would then suffer from extreme depression. Some wrote the whole thing off as a joke, yet some truly believe that witnessing the game over screen could actually cause misfortune to the player, just as the game had promised.
Okay.
Smile Dog. A journalist.
So guys, I'm sorry you guys want to see it, but I don't want you guys to keep pause and look at the image for a long time, and then somehow you get stuck in your head. So I want to get some monetized, so I'm gonna pause again. Sorry, you guys can look it up. It's called the Top 30 Scariest Creepypasta Halloween Special. So I'm gonna pause right now. Hold on. Yeah, guys, sorry about that, because I guess for your safety. We're almost done. Well, let's continue.
Candle Code. What if a show you watched as a child turned out to be something far bigger than what you previously expected? That is the case with Candle Cove. The story begins with a few forum users discussing old nostalgic television shows, and one show in particular sparks some interest, namely Candle Cove. At first, the forum users innocently discussed the show, its characters, its low-budget charm, and its controversial main villain, the Skin Taker, who was a skeleton who skinned children alive in order to make a cape. But the more the users remember about the show, the darker cracks start to show. The last episode of the series, for example, consisted of nothing but random shots of different characters, along with horrific screaming taking up all audio, while the main character, Janice, could be seen crying, as if she had been through hours of it. The story ends with a forum user asking his mother about the show, and his mother replying with how she remembered his little pirate show, and how he used to sit in front of the television for about half an hour, watching nothing but static.
Guys, I kind of feel bad for her because she's been watching her favorite show and all of a sudden become a nightmare. Wow, I feel bad for her. Like the video just for don't comment below for recipes for the girl having her favorite childhood show. So yeah, let's continue.
The Rake. Much like Slenderman, the Rake is a mythological creature recorded throughout history that stalks its prey. But while Slenderman mostly targeted children, the Rake has no boundaries. Described as a humanoid or dog-like creature with long, sharp claws and an unnatural body position, it stalks, taunts, and scares its victims to insanity and death. If the Rake chooses you as its next victim, it will not stop until you're dead. It's able to stalk you, observe you, and sneak into your bedroom while you're asleep incredibly easy. If one spots it, no one is safe.
Okay.
Gateway of the Mind. A team of scientists once conducted a radical experiment in an undisclosed facility. The scientists had theorized that a person without access to any senses or ways to perceive stimuli would be able to perceive the presence of God. An elderly man was the only person to volunteer who claimed to have nothing left to live for. The scientists performed a complex operation on the man, removing all of his senses. He could not see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. After a few days, the man claimed he was hearing mumbled voices in his head, and 2 days later, the man cried that he could hear his dead wife speaking to him, and even stranger, he could communicate back. The scientists weren't fully convinced until the man began naming dead relatives of the scientists themselves. The man grew more and more distressed, for at every waking moment, he could hear the deceased speaking to him, refusing to leave him alone. He began clawing at where his eyes should be, and biting off chunks of his own flesh to feel something. The scientists rushed in and restrained the man to a table, so he could not kill himself. He soon stopped struggling, and instead started crying non-stop for 2 whole weeks. Then, out of nowhere, the man, despite his apparent blindness, focused his eyes on one of the scientists and spoke his final words.
I have spoken with God, and He has abandoned us.
His vitals then stopped, and he dropped dead. There was no apparent cause of death.
So guys, We're almost there. We just need like 3 more left. We're on number 4, so yeah. So I don't get what was this point, but still, let's continue. We have a couple left. We're almost there.
Mario. Mario was a strange Super Mario World ROM hack that was found on the SMW Central. The hack itself contained 2 files, one ROM file and one TXT file. The TXT file contained nothing but random nonsense except for one repeated phrase at the top of the page. Find me. The hack itself was also very peculiar, as all enemies appeared to be missing, and all levels had very strange ways of beating them. The most unsettling parts of the hack, though, were the numerous text boxes that appeared throughout the game. Most importantly, during one of the game's cinematics, detailing an apparent murder scene in unsettling detail.
Wow, I did not know that.
The hack ends with Mario traversing a long, dark corridor and eventually sinking into the floor, as if he was going down a pipe. The author of the story theorized as to what the hack actually meant, and he came to the conclusion that Mario was in a hell of his own, atoning for his actions throughout his life, where he was lost to the grip of death forever. After the story was posted to the SMW Central, someone got the brilliant idea to convert the strange TXT file into an image file, to see what would happen. The image he was presented with has since then been widely considered to be victim number 1.
So guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be back because I need to charge my phone. And I will continue series. So peace.